Is the euro crisis over? Is the worst behind us? Or indeed, is it ahead of us? After the introduction of the so-called Draghi plan last autumn, many people argued that the euro crisis was over. And indeed, the IOD had argued that if the ECB did engage in massive quantitative easing to drive down treasury bond yields, then we could be looking at the end of the crisis. And the mere announcement of the threat of bond market purchases by the ECB scared off the bond market vigilantes. But I don't think it scared them off forever. I think we still are at the beginning of the euro crisis, not at the end of it. Why would I say that? Well, first of all, regardless of the current crisis, many of the Club Med economies have experienced 30 to 40% declines in competitiveness against Germany since the introduction of the euro. If they stay in the euro, they've got to regain competitiveness by wage cuts. Is that really sustainable and doable? The second factor is quite simple arithmetic. If your real interest rate is much higher than your real growth rate, then you have to run a surplus elsewhere in your budget to stop your debt burdens rising exponentially. That's going to be very difficult to do when economies are hardly growing or even contracting, and yet the yield on their bonds is far, far higher. So their debt rises exponentially. Real challenge there. Third factor is quite simple. It relates to unemployment. Many of the Club Med economies, Greece, Spain, have 26-27% headline unemployment and 50% plus youth unemployment. Think of a society like the UK, which is maybe more stable politically. How would we sustain those rates of unemployment? We wouldn't be able to. At the moment, the electorate in these economies hasn't connected unemployment with membership of the euro, but eventually it will do so. And that's going to force immense political pressure and change. What happens then? That's a tricky one. Do the Club Med economies leave? Or do the Northern European economies leave? After all, if Germany was to leave, that would result in countries such as Greece having a devaluation, but their debts would still be denominated in euros, and that would make life easier as well. So, if you think the euro crisis is over, think again. It's only just beginning.